who knows an autistic child or has an autistic child can understand that support is everything. So with our school, we've had a special needs teacher, and Lachlan has had her since he was in prep. I believe you guys call it kindergarten. And he's had her for about 6 years now. She is amazing, and I love her, and I call her my friend. So we found out at the end of last year, just as Jamberry was going to Barbara Block, I swear to God, you're going to go behind.
Barbara's sitting down here on the floor so she can get an up-close view, and so Sammy's got an up-close view of Barbara getting emotional about how great she is.
So, when Jamberry was about to launch in Australia, I was really excited. I seriously had no idea if I was going to make any money from it, but I loved the product, and that's all that mattered to me. So, I went through the whole month. I felt like I did really well. I was really, gunning for the next month. And just as that happened, we had found out that my son was about to lose his government funding and would no longer have this teacher's aid. Now, of course, she's everything to us, and that I just wasn't going to have a bar of that. So I sort of thought, well, I'm going to go to the principal and beg and plead, because how do you turn down a crying woman? I was wrong. I went home and I got really upset and disappointed, and that's not normally me. I'm very big in turning negative into a positive. So I went home, got really upset, and my husband, if any of you have met him, he is amazing. He is the best support system I've ever had in my life, and I am very lucky. Oh, God. Stop it. So we had come to the end of the month, and school had told me, no, I'm sorry, it's just not affordable, and it's just not going to happen. So I was like, fine, I can't do anything about this. I'm just going to have to make it up to him somehow that I could. 8 days later, JamPay came into our account, and I kid you not, I fell off my chair. My husband laughed. I didn't. So I was really shocked. So I called up Jamberry and said, you've paid me too much. Take it back. Lo and behold, I was paid incorrectly. They didn't pay me enough. Oh my God. I'd never seen so many dollar signs. So 3 days later, I went to our local PNC, which I think you call, what do you guys call it? PTT? No? Well, it's a parent. PTA. Thank you.
PTA, there we go.
Yeah, so it's pretty much the parents all come together and citizens of the school, and they just sort of fundraise for things that are needed. And I was quickly told that my son wasn't a need, which sort of hurt. So I sat down next to a beautiful lady. I had known her all my life. We had 2 sons together in the same class, and of course she was also losing her funding. I was really upset about that because we all stick together and support each other. So I waited till the end, and I went up to the president and I said to her, listen, I need to know what I can do to be able to help my son, because as you can all understand, education is key. She said to me, listen, the school's not allowed to take money or anything like that to help towards your son. She said, you're more than welcome to give it to the PNC, and the PNC can put it to where they need. And I said, oh, okay. I pulled out a check, I handed it over to her, and she sort of opened it and just stared at me and didn't say anything. Lo and behold, I paid for my son to have his teacher at school for 3 days for an entire year. Not only that, I had also paid for the lady sitting next to me, her son, with my first paycheck. I'm seriously not going to tell you how much that meant to me. And ever since, I shout it from the rooftops that Jamberry is amazing. Because, and I'm not going to say, not everyone is always going to start off with large amounts of dollar signs. But if you work your tush off, I'm not allowed to say bum, so tush. If you work it like you've never worked anything before and you believe in yourself, anything can happen. Anything can happen in this company, and you've seen it all for the last 3 days of women talking about what has happened in their life. So that's a little bit about my story. Again, it's not everyone is not going to have these amazing stories, but I have never been so excited to be part of a company, let alone be in Jamberry for 10 months straight and, you know, be where I am. I never thought I'd be a senior executive, fly, pay for my husband, on me, to come to America. So I'm really excited. And I thank you all for who's come up to me, cuddled me, support.